Welcome to the fourth video in our series on Election Day voting. This one dealing with accommodations for voters with disabilities. Every registered voter has the right to vote, regardless of disability status or type of disability. A disabled voter has the right to request assistance in voting their ballot, either from a poll worker or someone they bring to the polls with them. A disabled voter who is unable to enter the polls also has a right to request that a ballot be brought to them by a poll worker within 40 feet of the polling place. You might think that it would be difficult or even impossible for voters with some types of disabilities to fill out a ballot. But each county clerk has purchased specialized voter assistive terminals to accommodate every type of disability. Any disabled voter whose disability does not allow them to read and mark a ballot in the traditional way simply needs to request that the poll worker allow them to use one of these machines to vote. For example, for visually impaired voters, the voter assistive terminal can either present the ballot in a much larger font or present the choices audibly. When presented audibly, headphones are used both to minimize distractions to other voters and to preserve the secrecy of the voter's choices. For voters who lack the ability to indicate their choices with either hands or feet, the machine even includes a tube that enables them to indicate their choices with a puff of air from their mouth. Regardless of how a voter uses the machine, it always produces a paper ballot record of the voter's choices. These voter assistive terminals for the disabled are available in every single voting precinct in the state. So no matter your disability or where you live, you'll be able to vote on Election Day. In addition, for disabled voters who cannot be there to vote in person on Election Day, your county will have these same machines available for your use either through early voting or in-person absentee voting program. Counties must offer one of these two early voting options. Whichever pre-Election Day voting program your county offers, you can request to use the same voter assistive terminal available on Election Day to assist you in marking and casting your ballot. Other than using the machine to produce the paper ballot, these processes are identical to the normal early voting and in-person absentee voting processes that we shared in the previous videos on absentee voting. Thanks for watching! Be sure to tune in to our final video in this series when we'll talk about poll watchers and poll challengers.